How did colonial evangelization change Latin American cultures? Imagine a time when new worlds were being discovered and old traditions were about to be reshaped forever. When Europeans arrived in Latin America during the colonial era, they brought more than just ships and gold. They carried a mission to spread their faith, and this mission would leave a lasting mark on the region's culture. The Catholic Church played a central role in this process. Religious orders like the Franciscans, Dominicans, and Jesuits set up missions across the land. These missions weren't just places of worship, they were centers for converting indigenous peoples. Missionaries used preaching, religious instruction, and baptism to bring native populations into the Catholic faith. They also established settlements where indigenous people learned new skills, worked, and lived under church supervision. This evangelization changed indigenous belief systems by blending native spiritual practices with Catholic teachings. Some communities fully adopted Christianity, while others mixed their old beliefs with new ones. This blending created unique religious celebrations and cultural expressions still seen today. It's called Syncretism, and it shows how Latin American cultures are a mix of indigenous and European influences. The Church's influence extended beyond religion. Missions became economic hubs, organizing indigenous labor for farming and crafts. They helped grow the colonial economy but also often used coercive methods. The Church also gained economic power by collecting taxes and managing land and resources. Clergy members sometimes engaged in secular activities, making the Church a key player in daily life and wealth in the colonies. Socially, the Church supported the colonial hierarchy. It backed the ruling class, especially the Spanish-born Criollos, who held most political and economic power. At the same time, some church leaders tried to defend indigenous rights and improve their treatment, though these efforts were limited. The impact of evangelization is still felt today. It created a shared religious identity that influences language, festivals, art, and values across Latin America. But it also led to the marginalization of native cultures and the imposition of European norms. The result is a rich, complex cultural landscape that blends Catholic traditions with indigenous roots, shaping Latin American identity in many ways. Understanding this history helps explain why Catholicism remains so strong in the region and why many traditions today are a mix of old and new. It shows how religion, culture, and economy were all intertwined during the colonial era and how they continue to influence Latin American societies now.